What's up, guys? Welcome to the line change. In this video, we're going to be asking the question, how can the Canucks create more offense this season? Which is a very, very good question, as obviously last year the offense struggled. And yeah, we obviously, as Canuck fans, do not want that a similar start to the season, particularly off the rush. So we're going to dive into an article on Canucks Army that basically addresses this question and also asks this question and then proceeds to answer this question. But before we do that, I want to give a quick shout out and thank you to my sponsor, Gassy Jack Art. You guys can check them out at gassyjackart.com, maker of that incredible artwork you see there behind me. Still has this end of season sale going on where you can get 4 prints. You only pay for 2 of them, and the other 2 will be for free. So go ahead, check them out, gassyjackart.com. You can also find them on Instagram at gassyjackart. So let's go ahead and dive into this article that asks that big question, how can the Canucks create more offense in 2025/2026? This article is written by Jacob Fraser of Canucks Army, and he goes on to say, last season, the Vancouver Canucks struggled to generate offense, particularly off the rush. According to Money Puck, the team ranked 22nd in expected goals percentage in 5-on-5 play and 22nd in goal differential with a -10 at even strength. The biggest talking point throughout the year was former head coach Rick Tocchet's system and how they didn't utilize the roster's strengths to generate offense. Coming into the 2025-2026 season, the team has a new head coach in Adam Foote. The club also brought in some new personnel in Evander Kane with the hope of adding more offense to the team's top 6 forward group. Although Foote is seen as a more defensive-minded coach, like Tocchet, we can expect changes to the team's style of play to improve their performance in the offensive zone. The first thing we can examine when it comes to creating more offense this season is the defensive group the team is starting with. Quinn Hughes led the way last season, registering a team-high 76 points. He managed to do so despite Hughes playing through a nagging injury for a large portion of the season. A healthy Hughes paired with the rest of the defensive core that has been vastly upgraded from what it was on opening night last year is the first key to success offensively. At the beginning of the 2024-25 season, there was a glaring lack of puck movers on the back end. Coming into the season, there is no shortage of capable puck movers. Philip Hronek, wrong Philip, Elias Pettersson, Marcus Pettersson, and Tyler Myers all have the ability to jump up into the rush and support the forward group to open things up in the offensive zone. While we've seen this defensive group play together last season, we haven't seen them at full force for a large portion of an NHL regular season, especially when you consider Hughes was playing through his aforementioned injury. The Canucks did well at opening things up with their puck movement on the back end last season. The defensemen did a better job of keeping their feet moving at the point while maintaining puck possession, which kept the opposition on their toes and opened up more for the forwards down low. There were many times when Hughes and Hronek ended up with the puck below the circles, while forwards jumped back to the point to support the defensemen as they moved the puck around the offensive zone. This is what creates confusion defensively for the opposing team and allows the Canucks to find holes in the defense to generate offensive chances. With the upgrades to the defensive core, it's not just up to Hughes and Hronek to do this, as the team can rely on its bottom 4 pairings to be capable of jumping into the play and play a similar style in the offensive zone. Shifting to creating more offense off the rush, the Canucks forward group has a solid combination of players capable of generating chances up the ice. The biggest key to this is speed. Players like Filip Chytil, Connor Garland, and Niels Höglander have had considerable success creating off the rush, utilizing their combination of speed and skill to enter the offensive zone with possession of the puck. Last season, we saw the team play a lot of dump and chase hockey. I know. Often the Canucks would dump the puck into the zone to try and create through the forecheck and cycle down low. There will always be a time and place for this style of hockey, but to be a dangerous team offensively in the NHL, you need to be able to create chances off the rush as well. Have fun with that, Philly. Though there haven't been many changes to the Canucks forward group, we can attribute their lack of play off the rush to talk its preferred style of dump and chase hockey. As I just mentioned, have fun with that, Flyers. Players like Elias Pettersson, who are highly skilled, need to be given the green light to play creatively to be successful. Allowing Pettersson, Hedel, and the rest of the forward group to play with the creativity off the rush, along with the team's defensemen jumping up into the play, is the best way for the Canucks to generate more scoring chances and open things up while entering the zone. Creating odd man rushes, either 4-on-3s or 3-on-2s, while entering the offensive zone means there is an uncovered skater for the puck carrier to find for a scoring chance. The Canucks' roster, the Canucks' roster may not have seen as many upgrades as fans had hoped for so far through the offseason. That being said, we haven't seen much of the team from last year at full force, and with a new coaching staff, there are many new opportunities for the team to learn from last season and create new systems to generate more offense, both in zone and off the rush. So that was a very interesting take and an article from Jacob Fraser, and he highlights some really good points. Obviously, especially when it comes to the defense, obviously everyone remembers the decor at the start of last season was, forward. We had Desharnais, and some of the others are slipping my mind right now because that was so long ago. But the defense at the start of the season was absolutely atrocious. Obviously, you had Hronek out with an injury, and it was essentially just Quinn Hughes who was, and I guess to an extent, Tyler Myers was okay, but you had guys like Soucy, Desharnais, and the defense was just not good at the start of the season last year. So obviously, this upcoming season, the defense is looking pretty solid in front of the goaltender. And a lot of people contribute the defense being so bad last year as to why Artur Silovs did not play so well, because he didn't have good defense in front of him. I've heard some people, make that claim and use that to try and defend Silovs. Obviously, it's not all on the goaltender. The defense has to do their job, and clearly the defense, if you ask a lot of Canuck fans, they'll say the defense was absolute, for lack of a better term, shit at the start of the season with Hronek being out. Obviously, this year, the defense core is healthy. You got guys like Marcus Pettersson, MP3. You have Elias Pettersson, DPD or EP25, as some people like to call him. You have Tyler Myers, obviously Quinn Hughes. You have Forbort. You also have some up-and-comers like Victor Mancini coming up. There's a slight chance we could see Tom Willander. I don't see Willander making the, opening roster, but we could see him at some point, during the season, just for like a trial run. And obviously our decor is a lot better to start this season than it was last season. So I think that will contribute to us creating more offense. And there was another good point talking about scoring off the rush. And having guys like Filipino, Connor Garland, and Niels Höglander, being with that speed. Obviously, a lot of people are questioning Filipino and his health, but obviously, if Hedel is healthy, he will help us with generating offense off the rush with his speed. Then you also have, Connor Garland, Niels Höglander as well. Obviously, a lot of this offense, creating more offense does start, at least in my opinion, with Elias Pettersson and him bouncing back and producing like an $11.6 million player. Obviously, that is something that Canucks fans want. It would most certainly help with our offense, if he can put the puck in the net and bounce back from a miserable season last year. But I want to know what you guys think. How is there some things that this article did not point out that can help create more offense this season? Let me know in the comment section down below what you guys think. And as always, if you guys like this video, be sure to hit that like button. If you want to stay up to date on all your Vancouver Canucks content, be sure to smash that subscribe button and turn on your notifications so you don't miss a single video. You can interact with us and find us on social media. Just on Facebook, just search The Line Change to find our Facebook page. You can find us on Instagram at The Line Change. You can find us on X at Line Change Man. You can find us on TikTok at the TLC Podcast. You can also find us on Blue Sky at The Line Change. Feel free to give us a follow on all of our social media platforms. If you prefer an audio version of this podcast, you can find us on both Spotify and Apple Podcast. On Spotify, feel free to give us a follow, as well as rate and review us. It is, of course, greatly appreciated. But that's going to do it for me in this video. As always, let's go Canucks, believe in blue, and I'll see you guys in the next video.